As of 2024, the current human population is 8.1 billion people. To be specific, 8,100,656,278 people. It was only a century ago that there were 2 billion people. Since then, the global population has quadrupled.
With the immense growth of our human population, it is difficult to ignore the rapid depletion of our natural resources. We as a society must recognize that although we don't see the effect of our actions immediately, it's inevitable that the ensuing consequences will severely compromise our future generations, leading to an irreversible damage to our environment, economy, and quality of life.
One resource, water, although being renewable, is still not properly conserved by most of the population. With our growing population, it doesn't just mean more water consumption, but also more water needed for food production. In order to meet the food production demands from rapid population growth, we'll need to pump groundwater faster than it can be replenished. According to the EPA, the average American family uses more than 300 gallons of water per day at home. That's 2,502 pounds. So, start taking shorter showers, stop letting the faucet run, turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth or shaving, because water is an essential part of our lives, so we shouldn't treat it irresponsibly.
Unlike water, fossil fuels are non-renewable, accentuating the importance of being sustainable. Did you know that each day, each person in the US uses 2.5 gallons of oil, 8.27 pounds of coal, and 261 cubic feet of natural gas? About everything that we use derives from fossil fuels. When you drive to school in your car every day, you're using fossil fuels. When you're using the AC on a hot summer day, you're using fossil fuels. Even when you're using countless everyday products such as packaging, containers, electronics, and even clothing, you're using fossil fuels. Oh my gosh, cute outfit! Fossil fuels! Using too many fossil fuels can also lead to air pollution as it releases pollutants such as carbon dioxide and particulate matter into the atmosphere. These pollutants contribute to smog, acid rain, respiratory illnesses, and other health problems. Burning fossil fuels releases excess CO2, which is absorbed by oceans, causing acidification and threatening marine and human life. To reduce your fossil fuel usage, try convincing your parents to install solar panels on your houses. Even sustainable transportation practices such as carpooling, biking, walking, and using public transportation are helpful. Doing something as small as turning off your lights and electric fans in rooms that aren't in use can be positively impactful as well. Lastly, informing others about the use of fossil fuels and giving them recommendations can go a long way. If people aren't aware of how much they're impacting the environment, there wouldn't be any meaningful change, right?
According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, between 30 to 40% of the food supply ends up becoming food waste. As the population increases, there's more and more food being wasted or thrown away. This is an issue as we'd be wasting more energy and water on growing, harvesting, transporting, and packaging these foods. When food enters landfills, it rots and produces methane, a gas even stronger than carbon dioxide. So, how can you limit your food waste and make a difference? Well, first of all, take home your leftovers from restaurants. Most restaurants, like Olive Garden or Applebee's, offer boxes for diners wishing to take their leftovers home. Another solution is composting leftover or uneatable fruits and vegetables. And lastly, only buy what you need from stores. If you know that you usually don't use up all of a product or leave it to expire at home, simply don't buy it.
Urbanization is a big contributor to population growth. Urbanization largely affected population growth and the expansion of urban places. As we can see in this graph, ever since the 2000s, there has been an increase in urban population over rural areas. Urbanization promotes poor air and water quality, waste disposal problems, and the large use of energy. As more people move into urban areas, they have to make the area bigger or expand the city to compensate for the growing population. This only leads to more negative effects on our environment and people and promotes the inequities amongst the rich and the poor living in cities and urban areas. Some solutions to combat this problem are resource management, using clean energy for transportation, and job creation for all. These solutions can both positively impact urban areas and lower our population growth. According to the United Nations, the world's population is expected to increase by nearly 2 billion people in the next 30 years, from the current 8 billion to the 9.7 billion in 2050, and could peak at nearly 10.4 billion in the mid-2080s. As the population increases, it'll only put more stress on previous issues like the ones listed above. Non-renewable resources are just as they are called, non-renewable. This means that once they're used, they're gone forever. This video is merely a source of information, so it's up to you to actually make a change. Using our solutions, you can make a difference, not only for yourself, but for everyone.
How are you going to make a difference?